Hi there, this is Coach Duncan just checking in with you guys. Hope I'm finding all of you guys to be safe and inside. Well, you don't have to be inside. It's nice enough yesterday and today, probably get out a little bit. But stay separated, I'll say it that way. This is the week we usually do a review project, review assignments, and get ready for a quiz. I took the quiz, or excuse me, a unit exam. I took the exam out and just left the math quiz this week, and so we might as well go there. Um, we are in the pricing unit in chapter 9, and we're not doing the exam. This was a review quiz for the math section of the quiz. I left that in there. It's open book. You can use that packet, the packet that explains, how to calculate everything. I just wanted to kind of put it in your head one more time, just in case somebody goes into marketing or retail or just anything sales. You're going to have to know this kind of jargon and this kind of math. The big assessment, though, is going to come from the unit project, which let's go ahead and go in there. And what you're going to I give you a link here if you want to use it to research, by the way, but I'm going to go into the actual project. What you're going to do this week is you're working for a marketing firm. You have a client that has built a resort, and they basically want you to um, title it, market it, name it, um, and kind of come up with the management plan for this and marketing plan for this resort. And to describe the resort, it is a 18-hole championship golf course type resort. It has a practice area with sand traps, practice putting. It's a pro shop on the. Let me get out of this view if I can. Where was I? And it has three restaurants. It has a snack bar. It has 20 or 250 rooms, and it also has 12 conference rooms. So this is a big um, resort. It has swimming pools, tennis courts, the whole deal, a spa. All right, so you're going to find a way to manage this and market it. Um, to do that, well, and you got to remember this is the pricing unit. And so we're going to use some of the things that we've learned from the other units, but what we're trying to show off here is the information from the pricing unit. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the naming and the introduction of the resort, but you do need to, with pricing in mind, you do need to have a theme, whether you're going to go high end, whether you're going to go family, whether you're going to go, um, you just need to know what your day-to-day occupancy, what that target market is. Doesn't mean that's the only thing you can do. We can get to that when we talk about promotions, but what your day-to-day, who you're going after when you go into what magazine you're going to go into, how you're going to go find them. So you gotta start here if that makes sense. And in this project, it becomes really important that your your pricing, your product, your image all flows together. That being said, if you remember the three C's of pricing, the first one was cost. Um, Sometimes cost can be what sets your prices. If you want to be the price leader or the loss leader in a market, you might set something close to your cost just to drive them out of business. You see that in oil right now, actually, with Russia and Saudi Arabia trying to get rid of the fracking oil here in the States, or that's what I think they're doing. Anyways, back to cost. Um, or you at least need to know what your cost is to run the resort so you know your break even, so you know what you have to bring in, what's successful, what's not successful. And so you're going to calculate after you name and introduce this resort, you're going to calculate what it takes to run either by area or total. But at some point, you're going to do it by area just to figure out the total. And then you're going to calculate how much you need to bring in per occupancy to cover your cost. That's the first thing you're going to need to do when you set prices is be able to know you're going to cover your cost, if that makes sense. And if you wanted to do an introductory package, your price might be somewhere really close to this cost to blow out your competitors, which you'd see that quite often actually if you in the introductory stage of something. Or you might even lose money just to bring them in, just to show the world you're out there. That is up to you. Just describe your plan when we get to that. Um, then the second thing you're going to do, and you're going to have to research this, by the way. Second thing you're going to do is research your competitors. And this is real cost to run a resort, and this is real competitors. Once you've named yourself or labeled yourself, your competitors aren't necessarily the hotel right next door, the Holiday Inn, or this is, if you're picking a resort in Florida, um, your competition might be in California, might be East and West Coast. It could be all over, to be honest. Um, and so this doesn't mean local. This means once you've labeled what kind of resort you are, um, these are competitors that are offering the same thing, looking for the same customers that you're looking for. And so you need those kind of competition prices. And this also will give you package deals and things that other people are doing when you get to the packages. Um, Fourth, you need to come up with an overall pricing strategy or philosophy describing what you're doing here. And then you also, within your packages, you need to show some of the pricing strategies that you've learned from the last two chapters, if that makes sense. And so, um, going into that, and I already said it, so I'll say it again. You might have an introductory package that is going to be more based on your cost. You might have an off-season package that's based on bringing in um, occupants in your off seasons. Everybody kind of once you go look at these, kind of see what they're doing, you'll see how the industry does it. And then you might also theme or create an event that brings in a weekend, or maybe you're going to do you could just do anything. I don't want to give too many ideas because then everybody will do that idea. But you could theme a weekend event or create an event, or you could package it with um, Disneyland right next door. You can do a whole lots of things. You're creating these packages as if you're the marketing manager, or in this case, agency that they hired to create these to increase the yearly occupancy by doing these three promotions. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, in the end, you're going to create this PowerPoint, and then you're going to go to Castomatic. And once you're here, this is a pretty easy to use. You're going to pick, when you launch this free recorder, it's free for 15 minutes. So you got to make sure you're under 15 minutes. As a teacher, I find that a good limit, by the way, because I'll just get off on a tangent and start talking if I don't watch myself. But you get 15 minutes. It will knock you off if you try to go over, and you're going to go through your presentation explaining the cost, the competition, the marketing strategy, all that stuff. And when you hit this little, you're probably going to have to log in and create an account. Use your student stuff so you don't give any personal information away. Um, you'll come up with this little recorder box will open up, and it really is easy. Just set the both. I want to see your face and I want to see your PowerPoint. Make sure your audio's on, and then you're just going to hit record, and it will record. If you don't like it, you can trash it and start over. You can click wherever you need to go. It's pretty good, and it's it's really simple, really easy, but it to me that makes it pretty good. When you're done, you're going to hit the pause button, and then if you have a YouTube video, you can upload it and give me the link. If you don't, you can download it and give me the MP3 file, if that makes sense, the video file. It'll save as a video. It'll do either one, whichever one you like. I find students like links better than loading those video files. And sometimes I like the link because YouTube will play the video basically. But I don't care. On this side, I usually can find a way to open up either one. What else? I think that's it. One more thing. Make sure it all flows in themes now. That's an important thing. Remember to concentrate on your three C's and do real research. I want real figures, do real math. If I think it's wimpy or fake, I'm going to ding you, just to let you know. Um, and if you choose just to do the PowerPoint and not to do the actual face-to-face presentation, it's half off. I'll just grade it just like the rubrics says, and then I'll discount half for just doing the PowerPoint. Hopefully, all this makes sense. If not, just send me an email. Have a good day. See ya.